Morning. Basically, I'm doing this shamanic practitioner course, which I feel a bit embarrassed to even fucking say. Half because I know people are like, what the fuck is that, or don't get it, or whatever, and then the other half, the people that do know, I feel like they're going to be like, ugh, you, no. And I know these are just two random things in my mind and my own judgments, but I also know they are external and out there, because people think all sorts of things. But it's not about that anyway. So I'm doing this course, and a big part of the course is shadow work and subconscious and trauma and triggers and behaviours, and looking at why we do what we do. And part of that is admitting all the shady, fucked up shit you do to try and get your needs met. And just being in the body and feeling the shame and humiliation, and going through trying to give up drinking, and just basically just sitting with yourself and your pain and not running away, even though everything in you tells you to, because we just don't feel good enough. It takes so much work and effort to keep grounding yourself, keep centering yourself, keep being true to yourself, and we just push back. But the good news is the effort is just to stay the course, and actually once you're with yourself, there really is no work to do other than accept. So like all of the great universal paradoxes, it's like the hard work is letting your nervous system and your body and your ego and your shadow feel safe enough to just be as they are, no matter how dark and shit that is or that feels. And then it kind of cracks you open, and that's where the light gets in. Oh, and there's a wonderful song by Leonard Cohen called The Anthem. Oh, sorry, I'm still tired. And that's beautiful. Sorry, just looking at Thea, his lily boy. What's that thing? Is that weird? Yeah, and I feel what I've realised is like the more I can be with myself, the just better mother I am for Thea. The more I can hold and accept my emotions, the less his bother me or trigger me. And it sounds fucked up to say, but just a baby crying is, fucking rough. Obviously, anyone upset, you want to try and make them feel better, but in the style of parenting I use, which is aware parenting or gentle parenting, there's loads of different names, but basically just understanding and believing that children are just mostly feeling beings. They haven't got the cognitive function, they can't explain or narrativize, that's not the right word, but you know what I mean, their experience. So everything's just real to them. When they're crying, they're just crying. That's what they need to do to express themselves. That's how they're communicating. But in this society, we're so used to that being a problem that needs fixing, which sometimes it for sure is. I'm hungry, my nappy's wet, I'm tired, But other times they're just communicating like what's going on, what feelings are coming up, and it's how they let it out. And when we, put a dummy or feed them if they're not hungry, or rock them, or stimulate them in some way, it's actually slower to dysregulate them when we can just hold them and teach them that, you know, it's okay. It's okay. You know, they're allowed to cry, they're allowed to express themselves. Ooh, Trumpy bomb. Sorry. You know, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So the more I can do that for me, the more I can do it for him, basically. And that goes to, you know, being a shaman or being a healer. Just holding that space, and part of that is regulating your system. And it's hard until it's not. And it's funny, I did a plummet yesterday, and it's like when you first fall, it's like you're standing on there and you don't know what's going to happen, then you first fall and it's like, oh my god, but then it's alright. And I think that's what it is. It's like we have to go and do these things and we don't want to, but actually it's our resistance to it that's the hard bit. And then once we let go and accept it's okay, once you get into your mind, it's okay that I feel like shit, it's okay that I don't feel good enough, and actually sit with those feelings, they go quite quickly. You know, when you let go of the idea that you're broken and you need fixing, that's the fucking healing. You know. Anyway, I've rattled on for long enough now, but yeah, that's my little morning reflection. And I honestly, I think I really recommend, as a spiritual practice goes, video diaries, guys. Like, you know, even if you don't share them, you know, because you can watch them back and like it's like you're talking to yourself. Then it's cool. Later, love.